me, Dr. Mike McLean, with me. Last night when I gave this class, it dawned on me that everyone, no matter what business that you're in, needs to have this class. So I decided that I would just give it today. And this is called Transformation, 15 Spiritual Oils that will... can everybody see this? Let me know that you're on here. If you can see this, let me know.
It says the connection is weak.
Yeah, why would that be? I don't understand. So we're getting started. If we find that the connection is too weak, we will move to another place. But this is the best lighting that we have in the house. So I'm going to start out with Fulfill Your Destiny. This is something that you're going to have if you were at convention, and I highly recommend that you get the convention oil for by coming to convention next time. This is only available to people who came to convention, and this is not one of the oils, but it's one of our focuses for this year, because we are going to fulfill our destiny and we're going to hit freedom next year at convention. So Transformation, the 15 spiritual oils, I first heard this on the symposium, and it was completely mind-blowing. I remember watching it and thinking, why isn't everybody on the symposium? And I wanted all of my team to be there, and I wanted all of my friends to know about this, because these oils are going to change your life. And we're going to start out with the limbic system, and Dr. Mike is going to talk about that for a minute, and I'm going to switch out spots with him, so you can come over here.
Hi guys, we're going to talk about the limbic system. Limbic system is part of the brain that processes your body's reactions and emotions. And the first part of the limbic system that we want to speak of is the one that responds to senses, especially odors. When you smell something, the first thing that happens is it goes, the frequency of the molecules goes right into the olfactory bulb, which is just up in here behind the nasal cavity. The olfactory bulb is actually an extension of the brain. It sticks down into the nasal cavity. The olfactory bulb is hit by these molecules coming up in a sensory form, and that stimulates the olfactory bulb, and the messages passed from the olfactory bulb go directly, immediately to the amygdala, and that's where we get into the limbic system. Amygdala is a Greek word for almond. The gland is said to be almond-shaped, and there are actually two, one on the left and one on the right. The amygdala is the emotional processing center of the body. So when you have an oil come in or any sort of odor come in that hits the olfactory bulb, immediately that goes to the amygdala, and the amygdala causes a response, autonomic response that you're not even consciously aware of.
Which is automatic, basically.
Absolutely. It causes a response to occur, and it also creates a memory instantly. So the body really is run on sensory basis. When there is any sort of smell or scent coming in, the body is run through the amygdala, which is part of the limbic system. And the importance of the oils is so great, because the oils will change your response to your environment, and it will change it just like that.
So last week we gave a class on Mary Magdalene and the oils, and one of the things that Michael researched and found out was the secret name of Mary Magdalene. Remember, I went into her tomb when we were in Provence, right, and showed her skull. And now Mary Magdalene had her Feast of Mary Magdalene, which was last Sunday. And Mike learned the secret name of Mary Magdalene.
is amygdala.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, and Mary was probably the most recognized person in the New Testament dealing with oils.
Exactly. Well, that's for another class, which I will put up in here. But I want to just keep going with the 15 spiritual oils, and we're going to move around again. This is my house in Virginia. I collect a lot of primitive art, and so you see a lot of that in the background. Like I have bunny ears now from my dog back there. So first oil up, and the first most important thing is the abundance. Now, would you think of abundance as a spiritual oil? Well, abundance is an oil that has been crafted to have a very electrical energy that sends signals out and helps, hi Mindy, helps you influence the law of attraction. And that's why this oil was put together. This oil was designed by Gary Young with orange, clove, cinnamon bark, frankincense, ginger, spruce, patchouli, and myrrh. I'm going to get into those oils in a second, but it offers us the abundant possibilities in life. What does that mean? That means that not just an abundance of bunny ears over your head, no, yeah, or a puppy dog. No, it's just not money. It is an abundance of your wishes coming back to you as the law of attraction, which is one of the most important reasons to do affirmations, to do goals, to do constant meditation on the things that are good that you want to enhance in your life, and to avoid having irritating thoughts going out about others and coming back to you, because you are a neuroelectrical vehicle for your consciousness. Your body, which actually is run by your brain, your limbic system, your neuroelectrical field, is sending signals out all the time, and they're coming back to you as waves of abundance, if that's what you're putting into yourself. So abundance has orange in it. Orange is an uplifting and happiness oil. It's very good for using in stores because it helps people buy things, makes people want to buy stuff. That's cool, right? But it's also one of the citruses, which is one of the stored sunlight oils. Those citruses are sunny and happy because they are loaded with solar energy, with vitality. Clove is very good for heightening your awareness of your brain, and the cinnamon bark is super good because it is the most solar oil of all the oils. It's one of those oils that really, hey Nancy, that really absorbs and holds onto the sun and is able to radiate from within your nervous system once you're smelling this. Frankincense, third eye, higher consciousness. Ginger, rooted, your root, your solid consciousness. Your spruce, which is one of the oils, and all of the conifers are good for strengthening and uplifting you. Patchouli, another root, very strong, and myrrh, one of the Mary Magdalene oils, and high in oxygenating factors for your brain, pituitary, and pineal. So this is a higher frequency oil, and I have been using this since my very first day with Young Living, and it works. Let's just face it. It's been a good oil for me. I use it in my office. I use it for setting my intentions. I use it when we have a class when we're having a class on goal setting, it's blowing off. Do you have anything to say about abundance?
We've been using abundance in the office probably for the last 2 years, every single day. Patients come in and they remark immediately on what a great smell that is. It's hitting their olfactory bulb and amygdala and triggering a response inside that's a very pleasant response and forming a memory. So that tends to reinforce their habit of coming in on a regular basis to keep their spines in good alignment. And
An abundance of good health. So it helps you become relatable to the goals that you have. Our second oil, and if anybody has a comment about this or a question, just pop it in there, because if I know the answer, I will give it to you, and if I don't, I will look it up and we'll answer this later. Hope is our second oil, and hope is will help you get in touch with feelings of strength and grounding, while it helps you revive your hope for the future. A lot of times people have given up on their life, and I see this in people who are failing in business, who are failing in their lives, who are not capable of just keeping things lifted up for them. One thing happens and another thing happens, and before you know it, they've locked into their emotions disappointment. And it stabilizes your emotions and allows us to open our hearts where happiness is awaiting us, really. So this oil, it's not open, so I'm going to open it and give it a sniff. It has Melissa in it, which is very uplifting. It's very good. It's a lemon balm, very much involved in uplifting the spirit. Oh, that's great. That's a good place to put it on your salon window because you don't have a mailbox. Melissa, your abundance. Melissa is very good for helping remove dark thoughts. So if you're feeling deep and like not, and fairly hopeless, this oil has Melissa, it has myrrh, juniper, which is a very great for, it's an uplifting oil, but it's also grounding, and spruce, and it has almond oil. So it's only 4 oils in here, but they're oils that will pull you out of a nosedive in your life. And you need that. You need to have hope before you can even get started in a new goal or having a new opportunity for you. What do you think about this oil?
It's a new one for me, so I'm not really familiar with the hope, but it's certainly something I want to get familiar with.
Well, hope oil is really good for those people that are like bummers, okay? You can't seem to pull them out. This Melissa will uplift everyone. Melissa is such a spiritual oil, but it is also, when we went to Gold Retreat, it was being distilled, and it was overwhelming to smell it. They had 7 quarts of it that they were distilling that day, and they said that Gary Young was taking this Melissa himself in his car and driving it to the Young Living headquarters in Utah. So Melissa's super important. He wanted to hand carry that thing all the way to Young Living headquarters. These first 4 oils are getting you started on your new biz, okay? So motivation is your third oil, all right? Motivation. And motivation is something that is one of the first oils in this series, because there are 15 oils that are going to help you get rid of procrastination. Getting started. It will help conquer your fears, because a lot of people are paralyzed in their life. They just can't get started. They have lots of reasons. They have lots. I know this oil motivation is the big M. Boom. Make it happen. This is the do shit oil that I think is missing for a lot of people when they first get started. They're just like, well, I don't know. I was in an MLM before. Oh, I don't know. My friends use oil. Oh, I use them from the health food store, and they just go on and on and on because they have feelings of failure and they can't get started. And this will help foster their ability to move forward in their lives and give them a more positive attitude toward life. Yeah, you can do this. Yeah. And it doesn't matter whether you're in the oil business or whether you're in the chiropractic business or whatever business you're doing. This oil is super important for conquering fear, helping you move forward in life, and giving you the attitude that you can do this. And it has a softer oil. It has Roman chamomile in it. It has spruce. It has ylang ylang, which is the balancing oil, male-female energies balancing, and then it has the softness of lavender underneath it, which allows you to just feel like everything's okay and takes away the stress of moving forward. Spruce in there, what is that? That's like strength, strong, helping you move forward, move through any of your doubts. And motivation, use this in the diffuser, use this topically. It's basically for aromatic use, and I love to have it on the big toe. And the reason that you use it on the big toe is that that's a symbol of moving forward. You just put that thing on your feet, motivate you to just get going, because that big toe is the first thing that's moving forward for you when you're taking a step into a new adventure. The oil that ties up these four together is Believe. Believe is one of the magical oils, and I have a bunch of notes over here because I think that Believe is one of the most powerful oils that we have in Young Living. Would you like to talk about Believe?
Belief is it's a balance and balancing of the emotions, balancing and stabilizing of emotions, and it supports in times of down, in times of despair, lifts our awareness to a higher level. By unfolding our potentials, Believe allows us to feel our health and happiness and strength even more vividly. There are very few things that in life that really should do something to us as far as our attitude. Mostly, if our attitude is a negative one, it's because of something that we've put in there ourselves. And Believe will help your body and your consciousness, your amygdala and your limbic system to go and undo the negative emotions that you may have associated with it.
So, do you believe in yourself? Julius Caesar said this: you must become a conqueror of the future. And when you have one of these super blends like Believe, okay? Believe is a blend that unfolds our boundless potential. And the reason? Because it opens up that capacity to have excitement and future accomplishments excite us. Oh my gosh, it has Idaho balsam fir and Idaho blue spruce. Those are like, hey, dude, we're getting shit done. And then coriander, which is an uplifting, happy oil. Rosewood is in there. Rosewood is a root, deep root with just a lovely smell. Geranium is a heart opener, because really, in order to believe in yourself, you have to love yourself. You have to have that heart open. And ylang ylang is in there, balancing your male-female energies, frankincense for your third eye, and bergamot, which we found out is the Virgin Mary's oil. That's about a belief. Yeah, this is it. Believe in yourself and you can move forward. Think about how much you believe in yourself and your family and your friends and your future, because this is an oil that you can diffuse at night. Get it in your longest running diffuser, and before you go to bed, put 7 or 8 drops of Believe oil in there. And you can put it on yourself. You can put it up against your heart. You can put it on your atlas. This is an oil that if you use this every day in your diffuser by your bed for a week or more, you're going to have your intentions more stabilized. If you say to yourself before you go to bed and you're drifting off, I believe in my goal, I believe in my purpose is whatever your purpose is, okay? You believe in your mission, you believe in your team. You can even go through individual people that you believe in and just give them that connection with the Believe oil. I would teach this to your friends because you want to inhale it, you want to diffuse it, and you can even bathe in it. You can put several drops in your water, you can lie there in the evening and go through your belief categories. I believe in the future of humanity, and that's why we're doing this, right? So these first 4 oils are the first month. You can do this for the first month of your intentional business building. You can teach your team to do this. And in this system of the 15 oils that Gary Young and Aditya put together, they use these first 4 oils to help you set the grounding for your business. So the 4 oils that we just talked about are abundance, hope, motivation, and believe. And now we're moving on to the next 2, which are Envision and Magnify your purpose. Those would be the second month. And let's switch this, okay? You want to use the oils in a sequence. That's what was so fun about learning this from Aditya. I was like, what? Young Living put together a 6-month program for us to enhance our business ability. And that just blew my mind. I was like, Gary, you're so cool. So the next one is Envision. And Envision oil, I've used quite frequently, and I even have it in a roller in my other group. But this helps encourage renewed faith in the future. It enhances your creativity and your resourcefulness. So let's talk about it this way. If you have a project that you want to do, and you have what you have. You may not have an office yet. You may not have all the videos. You may not have even a PowerPoint yet. But your creativity brings you to the point where you will start to constellate all those things. You start to envision your success, and because you have the opportunity to just be satisfied with where you are starting. When I started this business, I was on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, Maui. I had just moved to Maui. I did not know anybody. I knew like about 5 people. I knew like Jody Fisher when I started there, and I think I just knew Jody Fisher. So hi Jody, if you're listening to this. I knew Jody Fisher. I had run into a few other people, and I had started a practice like out of nowhere, and it was fairly successful, and I knew a few people. I knew my enroller who came in one day, and she goes, hey, we're going to be lemon droppers. And I was just like, okay, sign me up. I didn't even know what it was. I just thought I was buying an aromatherapy candle, right? And it was going to make my office smell good. Boy, does it ever. And Envision is designed to help you take what you have and make a success out of it. And so I started with like no friends, knew nobody in my community, and I had what I thought was an aromatherapy candle that I was gonna make my office smell better, and boy did that change. Okay, so when you Envision encourages you and helps you with creating the opportunity to use the things you have at your disposal already. You already have everything you need to be successful. It's the no excuses oil, okay? It's just like, hey, I can see it, I can be it. You know, that, the mantra, you see it, you be it. Do you know that quote? Can you, who was it that said, if you can see it, you can believe it, you can achieve it, right? I love that quote. Anyway, strength and fortitude, it just gives you the opportunity to just cut through the crap. And it makes you start to radiate at the greatest version of yourself. And that's Envision. What does it have in it? It has spruce. What is that? Strong. Sage, you're getting smarter, right? And sage is also good for protection. It gets rid of negative entities. And let's talk about that for a second. Like, people used to believe that they would be possessed by negative entities, right? And they would utilize different types of rituals and essential oils to rid themselves of these toxic entities that were like, I guess they thought they just attached themselves to you. Well, some people still believe that. I don't necessarily believe about that, but I do believe that sage is an amazing purifier that will help you get in touch with your own inner wisdom. There's lavender in it also, which is, as we know, like everywhere in Provence, so beautiful and just so supportive of deep rest, low stress, helps boost your immune system, helps boost your happiness. There's orange. Once again, we talked about orange earlier. Orange is stored sunlight, and you love that. There's geranium that opens up the heart and helps you have the heart for moving forward in your vision. And then there's rose in it. So that's why Envision smells so freaking good. Let me just take another smell of this. You smell that rose under there?
You may or may not have negative entities around you, but certainly you want to do something to try to get rid of the negative energies that some people may carry with them.
And how does that work?
That's the sage.
Yes, negative energies, just like, has anybody on here, have you ever burned sage in your environment to get rid of toxic crud that's rolling around? If you have, pop a heart on if you've ever burned any sage, or if you've ever used any sage to try and blow away the negative energies, right? So Envision, you're starting to get rid of the negativity and open up your vision. What do you have inside of you? It's going to make you express the highest version of yourself. So we're starting out here with Envision, and then we're moving over to another essential oil, which I love, and it is also another one of the oils that gets rid of procrastination and helps you live your own greatness, and it is called Magnify Your Purpose. Remember, the purpose of Young Living is to help you live your own greatness. That's the purpose of everyone's life. You want to express and live your own greatness. You want to be able to focus on what you desire, and it works so much with grounding you first. This oil has 3 grounding oils. It has the rosewood, it has the ginger, and it has patchouli. These are roots. These are oils that are going to help you foster a more positive attitude towards life and just stabilize you. And it is also the oil that helps you overcome self-pity. And let's talk about that for a minute. The other couple of things that are in it, besides the rooted oils, it has the solar fire oil of the cinnamon. And it also, which stores more sunlight than any other plant on the planet. All right? That is so amazing. And it has sandalwood for your third chakra and also for your third eye. It will really help you with your oxygenating of the pituitary and pineal. Sandalwood is interesting. I think this is the first time we see this in the series. Sandalwood is a sacred oil, and it was sacred to the royalty of China, Hawaii, and India. Only the royalty could use sandalwood oil, and it was designed to help them remember their divinity. And this is what it does. It will open up the top of your head and activate your ability to be in touch with higher wisdom. That is the sandalwood oil. So the other oils that are in here are nutmeg. Nutmeg, a very strong, get her done kind of oil, and it also has the sage in there, so to make you wise. So these are oils that are designed to help you overcome self-pity. And how does that block people? Well, a lot of times people will, how do I put this? They will create drama, negative things happening in their life. And you see them on Facebook. Like, they're the ones that get all the attention for, like, their problems. And you don't necessarily want to, like, hang out over there, but you're, like, mesmerized. How can somebody have so much stuff happening to them that's negative, right? Now, remember, in the very beginning, I talked about you're a neuroelectrical vehicle for your consciousness. You're sending out signals and you're getting them back. Okay, because you're just creating a mirror here of what your intention is. Well, self-pity is something that will hold you off track. And the reason that it will is that people who have drama and then tell other people about it and get the attention start to get addicted to that kind of negative attention. And this is an oil that's designed to help you step out of your victimhood. Right? So that is how we will look up at the higher version of ourselves. When we can get rid of that, put this fabulous Magnify Your Purpose oil into our lives, stop procrastinating, stop getting negative attention and being addicted to our dramas, and move forward. Have you ever wondered why it takes some people a long time to get to the business part of Young Living or to the business part of their own life? Self-sabotage people. That's exactly right, Lisa. Self-sabotage you can get by that with Magnify Your Purpose. So those two oils are what Gary designed for the second month of your business, to utilize those to help you get by the things that you're procrastinating through. And the very next oil, can you guess what it is and why you use it? It's called Transformation. And you use that for an entire month. Why? Because you've already gone through the 6 oils that are going to help you move forward. They're going to help you erase the negative emotions from within your amygdala that you have been storing in there sometimes, and basically between the ages of 3 and 8 years old is when the limbic system starts to store all those negative emotions. I like to think of it as a big stone into your future life. Just a huge splash starts happening, and you send out signals based on your traumas. And I mean, you don't know that you're these are the things like you're a bad boy, or you're a good girl, or you're a this, or you're a that, or don't touch that spider, or that sort of stuff. It gets stored in there. And then, like, every time you see a spider, every time you see a snake, every time you cross the street, you're terrified because someone has implanted inside of you some type of negative fear or negative emotion. So the next oil, transformation. This oil is one to be used for a period of time as you start to aggregate all of the things that have just started happening to you. And I can see how in the last 3 years, the oil and all the oils that I've been using have been doing these things for me, have been supporting me in getting through some of my fears and some of my doubts and some of my recalcitrant behaviors, like just starting to help us get to it. And as we transform, what happens is that we start to get ready to express our inner doctrines. Our obstructive mind patterns are being replaced with the new and vivid thoughts and changing our overall attitude and behavior. And this starts to seal the deal. You can start out also supporting transformation by doing some light cellular detoxing. I like to take a drop of lemon in the morning in my oil, in my drinking one, no, in my water, and also then about halfway through the day, put peppermint in there. Those two oils will help your cells revitalize and cleanse and reset. And they're two of the oils that are used in transformation. Also, there's Idaho blue spruce. There's clary sage, which is more for the feminine. There's frankincense for your spiritual development. There's sandalwood. Where are we? We're royalty. We're opening up. We're getting information. There's cardamom, which is going to enliven us. Palo Santo and Acatea come in now. And those are the oils of the Amazon. Palo Santo, I would consider like the sandalwood of the Amazon, and also part of a higher knowledge coming in. And then the Acatea, that's the cinnamon of the Amazon, storing all the solar light. And Acatea will help you rebalance your can you talk a little bit about the pancreas? Can you talk about what its purpose is? It's a pancreatic support.
Pancreas has got a couple of functions. The first function that most people know about is it's where the insulin is produced. So it has a role in keeping your body's blood sugar levels appropriate. The other thing that the pancreas does, though, is it produces digestive enzymes. And in order to have your food processed and get the most nutrients out of it, you've got to have the proper digestive enzymes that are produced in the pancreas. And between both of those, you're going to find yourself with the proper blood sugar levels long-lasting all day, as opposed to spikes. And you're going to find yourself with proper digestion and get the most use out of the foods that you put in.
So those two are from the Amazon. And also, last night, someone shared with us that they also have been used in sacred ceremony in the Amazon. And the sacred ceremonies that allow you to see visions and to transform, apparently, yourself from, your doubt, your fears, your negative emotions into that highest version of yourself that you're getting ready to express. It removes internal and external forces. Now we're up for the journey that we're getting ready to take. It strengthens and supports your readiness to be the larger or highest version of yourself, and helps remove structured thoughts that are going to start to block you. And it's very good for putting on all of the 7 chakras, and particularly in your head and your neck. So that is transformation, and that would be the 3rd month. So we're now going to switch to the 4th month. And the 4th month has us going into the future. That's a really cool, that's a very cool thought. Now that you've transformed, what are you going to do? How are you going to express that? And this, Aditya talked about it like having a country next door that you've never explored, which happens to be your highest version of yourself. And you've been afraid to step into that. So this into the future is going to leave the past behind. And instead of playing small, you can be an evolutionary agent for others. You've already changed yourself. Now it's time for you to turn to the service portion of the spiritual oils. Challenges you to bring out the best in yourself. And this oil has some very interesting components to it. Let's see, where is that? Into the future, right? Look at it. Just the oil bottle itself is so cool. Has a lotus flower in the center there, if you can see that. And then it also has radiating light from it. Behind it is a couple of little flower petals and also like a radiant sun. So this is the future that you hold for yourself. And this is where you start to go into serving humanity. How are you going to best do that? It has clary sage, which is the feminine aspect of the sage. It has, and where did we see that growing? The clary sage.
They grow that also down in the south of France.
Yes, we saw huge clary sage, and when we were there last year, they were distilling it, and so all of us were just kind of like, hey, this is so awesome. Particularly all the women. It's very good for female energies, and so we were just like all kind of dreamy-eyed and happy for like hours afterwards, because the big distiller was going off and they had this giant fan blowing, and you had the fan just blowing on you. We went and stood in it. Remember that?
Yeah, it was a mist of clary sage.
Yeah, it was great. You've got to go to the Lavender Harvest in France. As you start to build your team, you want to go on that trip. That is like divine. So clary sage, amazing oil. Ylang ylang, balancing the male and female energies. White fir, which they do not sell white fir by itself anymore, but I did get a chance to buy it. They had this 3-pack of oils that had white fir in it. I think it was called White Light or something. Oh my gosh, what a great treat for higher consciousness and envisioning and having visions. Then there's also Idaho Tansy. What do you think Tansy does? Tansy is the at-one-ment oil. It helps you feel unified with everything. So the Idaho Tansy is such a special treat to have in this. I'm going to have to open this. I know I'm going to feel very, very enlightened today because I did this last night too. Here you go. And there's also juniper, strengthening. There's jasmine, which is the sacred feminine oil. Jasmine is growing all over the Mary Magdalene trails and all over the south of France. It is one of the Mary Magdalene oils. Jasmine, sacred feminine. The orange, which is the stored sunlight, which is going to be uplifting. And then we have a new oil coming in that we haven't seen before called cedarwood. White light. I will make that. That's a great name of, I have Maui Magic, and then I'll just add white light to it. I'm starting to think about what I'm going to put in that, Lisa. That's a great suggestion. Oh my gosh, if you don't have this, I just think you should just rush it on over to your house. Into the Future is divine, but cedarwood was the very first oil that was ever distilled and ever recorded. And what did Nanette say about cedarwood last night?
She implied that it might have some
Psycho-
hallucinogenic properties.
Generative properties. And also, it's one of the sacred oils. So this Into the Future is one sacred blend, and it is going to help you bravely march towards success, is what it has to say. It challenges you to bring out the best in you, but it's also, instead of accepting mediocrity, it's the kick you out of your fat dogs don't hunt coma, okay? And get you over into the side where this is not about hunting. This is about saving people. This is about illuminating humanity. And it helps you enjoy challenges, because challenges are what grow you. Challenges are what make you who you are, okay? If you are accepting mediocrity in your life, Into the Future will blow you out of that, and you can diffuse it. You can add it to your bathing water. You can apply it above the heart. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. Put it above your heart, because it gives you the strength that you need to move forward in your life. And yeah, cedarwood is cool. I can't be without it either. I'm just like, I need some cedarwood. I need it now. But the very first distillation of any oil recorded is cedarwood, for good reason. And then we're moving into, after you can go into the future, the next oil of this month is really cool. It's called Live with Passion, okay? And here we got it. Live with Passion. Look at the little labels on these two oils. Live with Passion has this wild two stallions going across the field with a rainbow, it looks like, in the background, or a pink sunset, and it's pounding across the yeah, stick your team in here, because I want you, if you have people that you want to hear this, okay, you just pop them in here and I will admit them to this class. This class I was driven to do. So here we are. Uh-oh, what happened? We need to plug this in. It has gone dark on us. So what we have now is Live with Passion. And passion is the therapeutic way for you to help you regain your zest for life. Think about passion. What are you passionate about? And I'm not talking about sexual passion, but it could be that, because that is what invigorates your relationships, okay? If you have a relationship with someone that you're in love with, it's the passion that keeps you together, because the work of that relationship can really, really, really take a lot of energy. And you need to have passion if you're going to have a good relationship within your life. But it's also, are you going to have a good relationship with your destiny, with your dharma, with your capacity to serve? And so it helps you have a zest for life. And what you've suppressed when you're supposed to be the good girl, I didn't suppress too much, I have to say. Okay, got to open up this again, because I lost power. How about that? So we're back. It's a formula that was developed to help people have an optimistic attitude towards life. And that's all the passion is. you're driving down the road, you're like, ah, I love my life. Or you're riding your bike and you're just laughing. You know, people may think I'm crazy, but I just do have a vivid, what is it?
Joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre, right. I do. I love, love, love living. I love working. I love sharing. And if you have that passion, that's what is the deep living, the full living. It allows you to be attractive to others and attracts people into your field and helps to move people forward. They're like, wait, I want to be passionate. I want to be happy. I want to be like delightfully like rolling in like ecstasy. And that is what passion does for you. If you love what you're doing and you love people and you put that together with the oils, oh my gosh, it's just unbelievable. So what does this have in it? We see a couple of things that we haven't seen before, all right? We see the clary sage, which that's, you know, for the feminine grounding, and ginger, which is another grounding. You have sandalwood, which you're going to be elevated. You have jasmine, which is the sacred feminine. You have angelica now. That's something we haven't seen yet, which is going to have protection. Because as you start to have passion, and as you start to share, and as you're moving out there, guess what? People are going to like go, oh, that's like, what is that, a pyramid scheme? And you're thinking, go away, no, I'm having too much fun over here, boop. And then it's easily to brush that stuff off and go, no, real life is a pyramid scheme. Here's the boss up here, and here you are, and you're never, ever going to be the boss. So, you know, it's like climbing that mountain. No, what we are is a group of people helping each other and helping us become illuminated, helping us have a purpose, and building abundance. That's the cool thing. And there's another thing. There's cedarwood in here, in this live with passion, and immortelle. What is immortelle? Do you remember that Mike and I were driving over the mountain, the little mountain on our way out of Provence, and we saw that place that they had on the side of the road where they were distilling something. And I said, hey, pull over. Let's check this out. And it was immortelle. What's immortelle? I said, like, what is that? And I had to look it up, handy dandy Google, and it is helichrysum. I told Mike, I said, this looks like helichrysum, but they call it immortelle. And what immortelle does, it helps you be immortal. Yes. Does that mean you're going to never die? Well, in a way, it does mean that you're never going to die, because your works, your acts, your words, who you are is going to be extended into the future, right? What a good combination of oils. Live with passion, into the future. Immortelle helps you with cellular structure. Of course, it's great. Helichrysum, amazing. But your works, your deeds, your writing, your contribution to humanity is never going to die. Right. So that is in Live with Passion. Patchouli, another grounding oil. It has neroli now. Neroli, what an amazing thing. That is the sacred virgin. That's why you have the orange blossom, that's what neroli is, in the bouquet of the bride. It is a symbol of your virginal, your sensitive, your young feminine, and your passion. And Melissa. Once again, we have Melissa in there, which is going to just help us rev it up, get things going. And It smells so citrusy, but also with that helichrysum under it, it has this like, okay, you can do this and you can move this on into a passionate lifestyle. Now, we're switching to the final, I guess we have 2 more oils, 10 and 11 are together. Okay, this is the 5th month. So, we have gotten rid of our emotional blockages, fears, doubts, anger, old crap that we've held on to, and now we have gone through transformation and we are finding our passion, okay? We see it, we feel it, we smell it, we have to share with everyone. We're like elevated, and then 2 things that have to happen. Grounding. Grounding is one of them. So, you gotta get balanced. I know that you are passionate about everything. You are radiant. You're just like banging. And you need to make sure that you're making good decisions now. You need to make sure you're stabilized. And people who are highly spiritual need stability. Believe me. And this is an oil, this grounding oil. Here we have it over here. Grounding oil will get you to the point where you are able to cope with moving forward and stand your ground, okay? It is used on your knees, on your ankles, and your feet. And you can apply grounding in the evening or in the morning when you're getting ready to go to work. And it has white fir again. I love the smell of that. Spruce, strengthening, ylang ylang, male-female balance. So you don't want to be too like, because hey, 95% of the people that are sharing Young Living are women, okay? So you have to get that balance going. And you got pine. Pine is a very elevating, very pineal sort of oil, great for balancing your brain and balancing your spiritual nature. Angelica, protecting, and cedarwood, that ancient oil, and juniper again. Juniper is one of the sacred trees, and once again, very good for higher consciousness. So you're grounded with the conifers and with the grounding oils, and you're balanced with ylang ylang, and angelica is allowing you to be protected as you're making good decisions. And put it on your feet and your knees. It also goes with third lumbar. You can put it on your third lumbar. Very good with that. And the very next oil in this month, month number 5, is common sense. Now, I got that on my Itovi, and I was just like, really? What do I need common sense for? I'm so practical, right? I'm a Capricorn. I like line it up. I'm a red, so, you know, I probably do need to be a little more organized, but honestly, common sense, and it was developed by Gary Young for a specific reason, to meet the needs of sensitive spiritual people who need to have both feet planted on the ground. Well, I've been utilizing this guy for my both feet for a long time, because he has been my feet on the ground. But because I started this business, I need some common sense. And so it allows you to have the ability to make and establish strong and rational decisions. Like, I've never considered myself exactly rational. I'm like more of a quantum field person, and a lot of you I know are. So if you're living in the quantum field a lot, and you just, things that you think just happen, and things that you do are not linear, common sense can be very helpful because it enables leaders to guide others. Like, it's just all well and good for me to become diamond, crown diamond, royal crown diamond, but unless I can lead you or lead others to become the best that they can be, then hey, it doesn't do me much good, does it? So this is a leadership oil, and it's a way to help you communicate better, and a way to help you connect with people better. It's especially good for business builders, and you must be able to make decisions and execute them. And you know, it's great for office decision making. So if you're in your office in the morning, common sense is a really good thing, particularly if you're having to decide about how to handle things, how to move forward, and what you're going to work on next. So common sense, what does it have in it? Frankincense, okay? Third eye, ylang ylang, male-female balancing. We see Acatea again. We see goldenrod. Goldenrod is from Canada, and goldenrod is designed for the throat center. What does that mean? That means that you are going to, in your leadership, speak out, teach, speak your truth, talk to others. So that goldenrod will reinforce that. It has Ruta, Dorada Azul. Both of those are designed to, from the Amazon, once again. What? Where it's like helping us just like activate the centers that help us communicate in a coherent way, all right? And lime, which helps you see things clearly. Lime is a type of a smell and the oil that helps you see through things and see things through, all right? So it has, yes, so there you go. That is common sense. And then we're moving on to the final month, which also has 4 oils to it. So does anybody have any questions up to here? We are in our final stretch, and the very first oil of that is going to be highest potential. Highest potential is used by a lot of diamonds, and it's used, and I've been using it also for 3 years. Highest potential and abundance I order them every single solitary month, and it was out of stock this month, so I'm hoping it will come back. I'm trying to see what would be, why it would be out. One of the things, it's made out of Australian blue. It's made out of gathering, ylang ylang, and jasmine. So I'm going to just go in and see if there's some component to gathering that it might be out of the growth pattern right now, because I was pretty concerned about that when that happened. Let's see what's in gathering. Okay. Gathering is one of the oils that helps increase oxygen to the pituitary and pineal glands, and it brings us into harmonic frequency to be a receptor of communications that we desire to receive. So let's see what the single oils are. Lavender, galbanum. So galbanum, I am not sure where that's grown. Does anybody know? It helps you ameliorate frequency changes, okay? It really is great for the brain. It's also a biblical oil, and they make holy incense from it. I have that in my oils of the Bible set. Geranium, which is, pretty, prolific. Ylang ylang, spruce, cinnamon bark, rose, sandalwood. So I'm not sure which one of these oils may be causing highest potential to be out. But this is really good, powerful blend to protect you against outside influences that may be attacking you. So and I don't believe in that outside influences are attacking us, but I do believe that you can get worn down if you're doing too much, you're not resting yourself, you're not listening to your inner light, and you're not making the connections that you need to make throughout all of your hormonal or chakra centers, okay? So highest potential is named that because it has oils in it that are going to help you with your brain, which is gathering. Gathering is going to help you make decisions with your mind, okay? It has that galbanum in there. Australian blue is going to help you make decisions with your gut, all right? It's that gut instinct. It was used, this blend was used by the, you talked about this last night. You want to add in what about Australian blue and the two oils that you know are in there?
Australian blue contains a blue cypress, which is distilled, grown and distilled in the north of Australia near Darwin. We had the opportunity to visit the Blue Cypress farm and distillery while we were down there. It's quite a wonderful oil. But there's also Australian blue tansy that's in there. The two blues create a wonderful effect and very, very much enhance your body's abilities.
They, the indigenous people of Australia are known for their understanding and their instincts and their gut decisions and their great wisdom at that level. So this is one of the oils that helps you with your gut decisions and your gut feelings, as well as jasmine, which will help you with heart-centered decisions. So highest potential also has ylang ylang, which is going to have that balancing effect of the male-female being in balance. But Australian blue, gut instinct, gathering, mind and brain, thinking instincts, or thinking in a more linear fashion, and also the jasmine, which will allow you to feel with your heart. And all decisions need to have those, and that's why highest potential is one of my favorite oils. It helps me stay in balance as I'm working, making decisions that are based on love and on also discernment and also on that gut feeling. So the 13th oil that we're going to look at, and that is next. Let's see if I have all my notes to come that I have at highest potential. Oh yeah, okay. Ylang ylang also helps release any unpleasant emotions of not feeling good enough. Does anybody have that? Anybody have that feeling of not being good enough? Not being good enough for what? Not being good enough to share the coolest, most amazing thing ever. Okay, not being good enough to rescue someone from a hopeless life. Not being good enough for what? Not being good enough to be good enough? I don't know. But that ylang ylang thrown in there with those other three oils will help you like get through those feelings of worthlessness. I would say diffuse it, inhale it, use it around your navel. And these are the two, we're still on highest potential, these are the two affirmations that go with highest potential. They are, I am great. You like that? I am great. I am a genius. So highest potential, that just elevates you to the point where you're like Miss Smarty Pants and you know it, right? So the next thing that you have is acceptance. Acceptance is the point at which you are soothing the sorrowful emotions that you may have. And this blend fosters a feeling of trust in your mind, okay? You've got to accept things. There are things that may have happened in your life that because you're sorrowful about them, they hold you back. And I came across one of those, I talked about this in class last night, where I held on to some bitterness about a job that I absolutely freaking loved. And a new person came into the job and ruined it, basically. You know, you have like a butthead manager that comes in and like ruins all the chi of everything. And instead of taking responsibility for my feelings and being guided out of there, I tried to like be the genius, extra, super good. I tried changing his attitude. I tried to be so good that everything would go my way. And I just worked super extra hard to be the best person ever in that situation. And the longer I tried to change the things that could not be changed, the more depressed and more down I got, until finally I had to leave. And I held some bitterness about it. I have to relate to, you know, the song "We Could Have Had It All" by Adele. Well, I would cry every time it came on. It made me so sad because I just had seen and envisioned such a great opportunity for everyone, not just me. And then I was driving around Provence with Mike last month, and that song came on. And I started laughing my head off because I had accepted that. And not only that, sometimes you just can't see what's coming, right? Sometimes you can't see why you're in a situation that you're in. And acceptance oil will help you, because this is another oil that will help you get rid of procrastination, right? You're afraid to go forward, you're mad, you don't like something about what's happening, and you're paralyzed to move forward. Well, I was like that. I just realized, though, while I was in Provence, that one of the reasons I moved to Maui, and one of the reasons that I was able to be in the right place at the right time to start my Young Living business, was because the butthead manager had just pushed me out of a job that I loved and propelled me into a new opportunity, and I couldn't even see it. And now when I hear that song and when I think about him, I'm like, I'm so happy. This is the moving on oil, acceptance. And it will help you, it will show you your greatness. It will open you to your greatness, and it helps you to prevent procrastination. So there are 3 oils that we have been using that will stop you with procrastinating. They are motivation, magnify your purpose, and acceptance. Those 3 are the big anti-procrastination oils. And gosh, if I could just have figured out that I was moving on and celebrated it 6 years ago, you know, or I guess it was 4 years ago. Oh my gosh, it wasn't that long ago. I was like boo-hooing away about something I couldn't change. Like, hello, look what happened. Things worked out. Things really worked out. So by not accepting things as they are, we procrastinate. We stop doing things that we need to do to move forward. And this will help you stop denying things and overcoming bad habits, all right? Bad habits of trying to change things that you can't change, banging your head into the wall. And it is cool because it has like rosewood in it, grounding. It has geranium, heart opening. It has frankincense, third eye opening, blue tansy in here, the at-one-ment oil, all right? We saw that last time when we were working with the highest potential, right? Blue tansy is the at oneness oil. You are one with all of creation, and you are connected to it. Sandalwood, which is opening up and allowing us to get in touch with our divinity and our higher power. And neroli, which is the young, sacred, virginal feminine, okay, which will help us just surrender into connectedness with our passion. So these are oils that are going to help move you forward. This overcomes resistance and removes emotional blockages. All right, there you go. And now we're winding it up with these last two oils. One is gratitude. Hello, gratitude. Guess what? There's nothing that is more magical than gratitude. I will tell you, gratitude at every level will shift you faster than anything. If anybody saw Celeste's post yesterday about the gas, gratitude, action, and service, okay, the things that you write down, there are 5 things that you're grateful about in the morning, or you could have a lot more than 5 things. The action things that you're going to get done that day. Yesterday was doing this PowerPoint for my talk last night. That was action. It took a while. And then the service, serving. Yesterday it was doing my talk. Today it's doing my talk. I love serving things that can help other people create a better life for themselves. And so gratitude is the master of elevating the spirit. When you write down the things that you're thankful for, the things that you are grateful for, the things that you have accomplished that are good, the things about your body that you're happy about and healthy about, the things that have been gifted you by the divine, the things that have been presented to you as your challenges even. You can find gratitude for them. I'm grateful for the bad manager. How did that shift, right? Gratitude. Gratitude came about because I had perspective on that situation, and I was grateful so much for the opportunity to see that so strongly. Gratitude softens the heart. It helps you be free. It's supportive, and there's some soft and gentle oils in this, and 1 drop of this is very powerful. You could put 1 drop in water and just make a spray for around you, because this is suitable for emotional purposes. You want to diffuse it. You want to inhale it. You want to dilute it and use it for a massage oil. It's great for bathing in. It has a peaceful atmosphere, a feeling of freedom, and it's great also for your skin. And it has in it Idaho balsam fir. You're solid. It has ylang ylang, which is balancing the male female energies. It has galbanum, brain, okay? It has rosewood, which is deeply rooted and smells great. And frankincense and myrrh, the Jesus oils, okay? Frankincense, sacred. Myrrh, sacred, at the sacred feminine, was probably one of the oils of Mary Magdalene. I think it was the oil of Mary Magdalene. And so these oils together, you should apply them to all your chakras. This is another one where you can balance every one of your centers. And then we're at number 15 now. And this oil is so special because it actually says what needs to be done right from the beginning. And that is surrender, okay? You're now ready with this oil, surrender, to accept the things about your life and surrender to that higher purpose, to the higher power, to get into alignment with your purpose and with your wellness and with your abundance. All abundance flows from a higher power and in alignment with your purpose. So this surrender oil is designed, I'm going to take a sniff right now, to help you be in alignment with your purpose. And really, this is just the beginning. Look how blue it is. See? It looks like valor, doesn't it? A little bit. It smells very, very strong because it has that Roman and German chamomile in it. Chamomile, when I first smelled it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. But relaxing, softening, allowing you to surrender. It has lavender, it has angelica and lemon. Lemon is going to brighten things up and put that sunlight. You want to put this on the crown of your head. You want to massage it in. And it also has spruce and mountain savory. Okay, so you have all the oils that you need to come into deep alignment with your purpose, deep alignment with your spirituality and with your connectedness to a higher power. These are the 15 spiritual oils. I hope that I have been able to let you know about these spiritual oils so that you can utilize them and connect with them and allow you to get into alignment with the things that are going to help elevate you in the future. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so happy that I was able to have the time to share this with you today. Love and appreciate you, and thanks, Mike. He went downstairs to open the door, of course. This is over now. I think is that something from Young Living at the door?
From Amazon.
Oh, something from Amazon. What did I order? My bike light. Okay. I love and appreciate you. I can't wait to hear your feedback about this. I would like to know how you're utilizing this in your life and what happens. All right. Love ya.